All right, Thursday morning, rush hour, downtown Phoenix. On this April 13th day of 21/7/17, okay? What you're looking at is the Westward Ho. It is a landmark here in downtown Phoenix, despite the silly radio tower on top of it. Ignore the dunce cap. It is a proud and majestic dame from days ago. It used to be the hotel downtown. Kennedy stayed there. Other presidents, notables. When coming into Phoenix, this was, the place. But that was years ago. When most inner cities started turning these grand dams into, or trying to find other uses for these grand dams as they were deteriorating in the inner city. One concept was to turn these old ladies into public housing and make them public housing, affordable housing for the needy and the homeless and destitute in the inner cities. Every city throughout the country did this, and I'm sure in your city you can find, some majestic, beautiful, restored, hotel that was in the 70s, 80s, or 90s turned into a public housing place. If they didn't even add, things to it, like wings to it or something like that, or threw on a dunce cap to kind of bring home the point that this no longer was a regal royal place, but one for an older lady, perhaps, who had been around the metropolitan area and deserves being ridiculed. Anyways, so, they turned this into a public housing kind of thing for low-income people. And I used to live, this is First and Fillmore. I used to live on 4th and Fillmore, okay? And, in the day, like 3 or 4 years ago, and every night and every day, there was a fire truck and or paramedic truck. Okay, I mean, this is where I learned, where eventually, paramedic trucks were replaced with, fire trucks, because it was well, let's consolidate this, because we got so many calls for, it's silly things, medical things, that, it's So anyways, but every night and every morning, there was a fire truck and or paramedic truck parked in front of the Westward Ho, okay? Every day. And, sometimes the boys would throw on the siren, sometimes they wouldn't, but it didn't matter. It was they had a parking place there, it was reserved for the, it became a joke in my mind and kind of a symbol of the people that kind of replaced presidents and dignitaries there in that place. Anyways, so, time changes though. About 3 or 4 years ago, right after I left Phoenix for the country, ASU, that is over that way, They have what they have put down here. One of the colleges they have put down here, besides like the Cronkite Journalism School, is the Social School of Behavior, or I don't know what it's called, this week, but it's like, mental and physical health and well-being kind of thing. Whatever that college is called this week, they brought it down here, so it's now down here, in the inner city, with people like that could use it maybe, and that students could learn from. And so what was really cool is that the ASU teamed up with whoever is running the Westward Ho this week, and they put on the first floor of the Westward Ho a clinic, a medical clinic, a behavioral clinic. It treats psych, and it treats physical problems, and it's like all the ladies now have to do, and all the men have to do, is take the elevator. I mean, they don't have to walk. They can take the elevator down to the ground, and there is their rescue. There is the knight in shining armor that they need right away. And what's funny, that being back here now for 2 or 3 weeks, I have not seen one fire truck, one paramedic truck out in front of that building. And it all belongs to ASU, and the wisdom I think they had in putting that clinic on the ground floor there, and and working in the inner city here, and everybody benefits. The people in the building, of course, the students get wisdom and experience, and neighbors that might live around here get quiet mornings and quiet nights without wailing fire trucks barreling down the boulevard at all hours.